Good morning, Luminaires. Now that is if you're on the Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I'm catching New Zealand, hopefully Australia, Japan. Good morning. It looks like there's highs and lows on the connection. So I'm bailing on Facebook. Hopefully I will find you guys on YouTube. I wanted to share with you guys what my spirit guides were saying to me this morning. I've been in meditation day and night. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Jennifer. Brussels showing up. Hi, Sheer. How are you doing this morning or afternoon or evening? Hey, Jennifer. So we've been talking about the month of April. Everybody have their coffee ready? Oh, hi, UK. It's good afternoon. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm happy to hear you're great. So we have been sharing about the month of April and how it has these great highs and lows. You know, you're going to either sleep well one night, full of dreams, no dreams, sleep awful. You're going to feel completely connected to the universe with great purpose, and then you're going to feel very floaty and very lost. So these extremes, hi Colleen, these extremes are about exercising your elasticity with your emotional intelligence, right? We're being put in these situations of extremes, highs and lows, goods and bads, however you want to, digest these extremes or call them or label them. But it's really to feel our elasticity of our emotional bandwidth. How are we able to handle these? Because it's natural for us to find a routine, to find a comfort zone, and to stick to it and not rattle the cage, right? Make things really work well, get our roots in the ground. And then when things are working well, this is one of my favorite things I hear, and guilty as charged. Please don't eliminate me from this process. Guilty as charged is I'm reading somebody's having a hard time connecting. Sir Boss, I don't know why. Maybe I would log out and log back in if you can hear me. Panda's raw energy. You're at work but listening. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Yeah, thank you for being sneaky. Oh, Love and Light Australia's here. In bed but awake. How beautiful. Lay down, stay there, take nice deep breaths. This is good info. Self-sufficient. It's the first time I've caught you live. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you very much for being here. So like I was saying, I'm guilty of doing this. It's when I have the time or the resource, or when I have the ability to, or when it's all this, I'm pushing out from the now and going, when I have my budget put together, then I'll consider that. When I have my emotions, together and I'm not feeling X, whatever X is, totally blissful, completely insane, totally jealous, very angry, very upset, then I'll do da 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 da. So I'm holding contingent of who I am, where I am, to something that's going to be coming. Hi, Karen. Good morning. Oh, Colleen, you're in Australia too. I was hoping to reach you guys. I think about you all the time over there on the other side of the world. It's completely crazy and right next door. My guides, Maitland, Grace, my guide, Charles, they all say hello. So recently, Charles has come back into my life, and he was the guide who pretty much raised me into all of this. I had two guides, Charles and Samantha, and they were the first ones to help me. Samantha Ann said goodbye a long time ago. It's a crazy, crazy story. Maybe I'll tell another day, but it's in my book, well, with Love and Light. But Charles was the one who would really push my buttons, and he would tell me things that I didn't know, and he would challenge my internal strength, not my abilities, not my psychic abilities, my mediumship abilities, but my internal strength. And when you hear me say, your instrument, you know, you have to groom your instrument. You have to put it together. You have to look at your instrument before you communicate to guides and so forth. That's him coming through and talking. But yes, self-sufficient. Australia too. So far away, but all together. Completely all together. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Jamie. Oh, hi. Oh, how do I say it? Ananor, one, my first time to see you live. 3 p.m. here in Norway. Oh gosh, I bet it's beautiful. That's wonderful. Hi, Anise. Portugal here. Bom dia. Hi, everybody. The Healing H Art Psychic Medium. Good morning, Jamie. Michelle here from Ontario, Canada. I'm happy to have you guys. So when I talk about getting your instrument together, that's my guide, Charles. And then one day in early 20s, he said, it's time for me to go. And he left. I never really figured out who he was. And I had him for years. And he'd show up every day. And every day he would do this thing with me. I'd meet him. He was an older white man, salt and pepper hair, beard, small spectacles, cane. And he always wore this like vest. It was kind of like a 3-piece suit, but super casual. And he walked with this limp on his left side. And I always just figured maybe we knew each other from another incarnation, but he would never really share about himself. 2 weeks ago, I shared in our membership thread that he came back. And it was a shock, like hearing his voice again, you know, being reunited with somebody who really changed your life. And he told me, you know, you're ready. I said, okay, I'm ready for what? He goes, you're ready to wake up. And I was laying down in my bed and I was like, wake up. I want to wake up. I'm meditating. But it's not what he meant. He meant to wake up. So every morning, Charles comes to visit me and we take the same path. Hi, Elisa, or Eliza from Latvia. I'm hoping that's how you say it. My dyslexia will allow me to say all kinds of things that really aren't there in extra syllables. A-Train from Manchester, UK. Oh my gosh, 6 a.m. in Texas. Hey, Gina. Right? It's right in the morning. Have you released your new program? Kelby, I haven't. But I think I have it figured out. I told you Monday was it. So I'll be releasing the mentorship program. I'm going to do it through YouTube and Facebook, the releasing of it, but I'm not going to put it up on my website because I'm hoping to find 10 people in the same region. So you guys have the same time zones. So if we have a lot of people, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, we can group you guys together. And so it'll be a time frame where you're not up in the middle of the night. Nobody wants to do this. I mean, fun, yay, but not for 6 months, no. So I'm going to do it that way and kind of pull you guys together into regions and see what we can do. Because after this morning with Charles, I was like, fine, I agree. Were you able to get your small business loan? Hey, Shelly, the PPP came through for the center, which I'm very grateful. I'm able to pay Natsumi and Sarah, who run the center, because they are incredible. But it did not come through for Love and Light, and no small business loans and no grants have come through yet. So the membership, the $10 classes that I do every Friday, those $10. The reason I started it is to be able to pay for the overhead for the event space and for the center, because there's this much money coming in, and there will be for a few months. So those $10 classes, if you guys really want to help and you want to learn something, it means the world to me. Please go sign up. That's on Learn It Live. You can research Jamie Butler or CF. Oh, I can write, can't I? CFLL.learnitlive.com for the $10 classes. Not to digress, but I have convinced 11 other healers, practitioners, astrologers, body workers, doctors, therapists, numerologists to collaborate with me at the center and create a membership program that's going to launch in May. And I think we're going to start it at like $34, and you get 12 live streams a month. I'll be in the mix as well. Janet Raftis, Scott Hall, Laura Boone, the astrologer, Kenya Jackson Salters, numerology, life coach, motivational speaker, author, Jay Greathouse, psychologist, and oh my God, the list goes on. Tatiana Franklin, pranic healer. And then we have 3 physical therapists and doctors who are going to be on with us, talk about health, wellness, nutrition, body awareness. So that starts in May for $35 a month. You get 12 live streams. Live streams are like this, where you can ask your question and interact and really grow. Okay, going back to Charles. So he showed up, and we normally walk down this path. It has trees on it, and it's a dirt path, and we always come to a cliff. And he's the one who taught me how to trust my imaginative abilities. So when I talk about imagination and intuition being in the same place, this is all lessons I've learned from Charles. These aren't really things I've read in books. I'm kind of experience savvy, not book savvy. So with that said, Charles came back. We walked down the same path, same voice, same cane. We got to the edge of the cliff, and then Charles, he's talking to me, and then he pushed me. He took his cane, he just pushed me off the cliff, and I'm falling. I'm falling off the cliff, and I'm thinking, why'd you push me? And I know it's a meditation, but when you get wrapped up into it and you're deep, you feel all the sensations. And he looks down from the cliff. He goes, why did you choose to fall? I was like, what? And the next moment I'm standing back on the edge of the cliff. He goes, why did you choose to fall? Why did you have the willingness to fall? Was your willingness dedicated to pleasing me? Because that was the cause I provided you? And your indoctrinated thinking was that if I provide you that cause, that the reaction would be to fall, that the reaction would be the pleasing part to my action that I gave you. And I was like, well, it's what happens when you get pushed off a cliff. He goes, it's not. You're in meditation. You know this. He goes, what was your willingness to follow through with the action? I go, I thought you were teaching me something. He goes, well, I am. You don't have to fall. And I was like, what the, Charles? You're hurting my brain. So if he didn't push you, then you wouldn't have jumped. That was the first go around about 20 odd years ago when he did. He told me to jump, and I wouldn't. It took me many, many, many meditations to go off that cliff, but I did it myself. This one wasn't like that. This one was, why did I choose the reaction of his action? Because when we get into subtle light energy and higher consciousness, they don't obey the linear experience. Do you understand this? When I'm in meditation, somebody pushes me, I don't need to fall. I could have just stepped off the cliff and stood in midair. I could have flown. I could have done all these other options that aren't in my bank, in my head, in my knee-jerk reaction to what the cause was, because I'm so programmed to how I'm living on earth. So these exercises are important for us to understand the fluidity and the elasticity of our reaction and of our emotional knee-jerk reaction to things. So he's trying to get me out of my comfort zone. So 4 days ago, Charles came by again, and we're walking. And finally I said, why do I feel like a little kid around you? Why do I kind of put you up here and just say, you know so much more than me? I have immediately done that with him, always. And I go, why do you look the way you do? Why do you walk with a cane, man? You pushed me off the cliff, told me I didn't have to be a certain way. Why are you choosing to walk with a cane? He says, this was the image you could have handled when you were younger. So this is how I show up. Okay. I said, who are you? And he says, look into my eyes. And he took off his little spectacles. And I lean in. He has the most beautiful blue eyes. And I didn't really recognize that. And I'm looking. He says, look again. And I looked deeper. And it was space. It was the universe. It was this vast, I don't even know how to explain it. And I just got sucked in and then felt like I had a finger in my chest that just went and just pushed me out. And I could feel my hands, like I'm floating, but my feet and my hands are in front of me, like in a baby doll position. And I'm moving past. The feeling is incredible. And I'm just observing, and I'm doing my best not to react a certain way, not to panic, to breathe, because he's teaching me how to breathe in situations I would normally have to risk assess and kind of panic a little bit because I'm in a new territory, which is space is new territory. So I'm breathing. And when I remember when I dove into his eyes, he said, "I am the universe." So then all of a sudden, snap, I'm back in front of him because he does these things. And I'm looking at him and he goes, "That's all for today. Wake up." And he always tells me to wake up. So today, Charles comes for me. Leanne says it's 12:20 p.m. Fly. Sometimes if they don't push, then you won't do it. That's how they con you in. Gina does. LOL. It's so true. It's hard to change our thought. Yes, it is. People don't like change, so they force you to change for your own good in stubbornness. Yeah, that's so me, right? Like I said, uber guilty of saying when things are comfortable and this is my safety zone, and I built that safety zone. So I'm always going to try to reach there and grow from there, but it keeps pushing. So today's the message I super want to share is he shows up today and I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's go for our walk. And he goes, no. So this is the first time in the years and years that I've worked with Charles that we have never walked down the path. And he says, sit down. And so I sit down and he goes, what you need to understand now is to move from a point of peace. And I was like, move from a point of peace. So I'm caught up in walking. So I'm going to actively move my body with peace. I'm thinking, because I had some upsetting news last week. And so I was pissed and angry. I haven't been like that in a while. And I was peeved that I had put a lot of trust into someone, into a circumstance, and it didn't come out. I wasn't met with that trust. It wasn't equal. And this other person had different needs, and it really upset me. So Charles is like, you can't do this anymore. Like that, honoring other people and what they need is peaceful. It's where it's at. Because my anger was obviously my needs not met, but I thought of judgments. I had all these whys. I had all these loose ends and energy flying for no reason. It had no outcome where I was putting my energy. I was viciously looping it. And then because I was viciously looping it and it didn't have a place, I was feeding it into my old gremlins and patterns so it would have a purpose, So bringing up old stories. You suck at business because you're dyslexic. You're stupid. You never make good grades in math. You weren't that great at organizing. And so it fed me in this really shitty ass way. And I stayed there for about 2 days and then came out of it because I have my resources, my business team, and I talk to them and they mirror me back. And it's like, oh yeah. So Charles said, now that we've had the highs and lows of April, the emotional elasticity, how do you respond in both ends? Now it's time to approach it all through peace. So I said, okay, well, what is peace? Because honestly, it's really boring. It's so true. When I come from a place of peace, it's kind of boring. I don't get the pizzazz. I don't get the bump. I don't get the push and pull. I don't get the, oh my Lord, like this. There's no tension. There's no, and my belief is that I chose to incarnate so I could have these bucket of emotions, because when I'm in my peace, when I'm in my spirit, when I'm a higher vibrational, I don't access this bucket of emotions because I don't need them, and just everything is good. Right? Can you believe that I'm complaining about everything being good? Have a drink. But that's it. That's my humanness. I have to be aware of that. If I'm not aware of that in my own instrument, how far am I really going to go? So I like the challenge. I like the struggle. That's why I set my life up the way that I did. That's why I push this way. There's no shame in that. We like what we like, and there's no shame in any of this. So Charles says, okay, while you're sitting there, he says, come from a place of peace. It's not a place of pretending. Gina, people are their own worst critics. Sribas, what a great lesson. I can really relate to this, right? Good morning from Kansas. Good morning, Tammy. It's good to see you here. Alice, how do you see guides that clearly in meditation? Do you have to let go more or deeper meditation, or maybe both? I love these icons. The way that I see them. Oh, look, you're using the ghost icons. I redid them so they're not in boxes. Yes, the way that I see them clearly is, honestly, I kind of came in the world this way. And I believe, from what I've understood, it's because I link it so well to my imagination. And when adults get into subtle light energy and spirit communication, they don't want to bring their imagination forward because they think it's false. They think that's going to create misinformation, that it's misguided. But intuition and imagination are in the same place. So I would take specific sessions to merge these things back together. Because when your intuition is alive, it needs your imagination to support it. Because all the information from intuition, from spirit guides, psychic seeing, psychic hearing, all of this is echoed in the chamber where the imagination is. The only difference here is that imagination is generated by you and intuition is, coming at you. You're not generating it, you're responding to it. So when it's coming at you and you're responding to it, respond with your imagination. That's your 50% that you're adding to it to create this conversation. Do it, know that you're doing it when you have these practices. And if you want, for a safety net, just say, while I'm bringing my imagination in, I'm not going to count any of these messages. This is just practice zone. And then next time when you come in, try, it's a really awesome, awful word. Do your best in using your imagination, but not feeding it so much and being more of the observer to it. And then that's that spot where you begin to see more clearer in your meditations and your trance states, when you start to hear clear, when your clairs are more heightened and you have a better response. Okay. So Charles told me to stay seated and that we were going to come from a place of peace. And it wasn't about how you move, but it was about my emotional reaction to what I'm putting out there. And that peace wasn't boring. That in the excitement of joy, in the connection to bliss, there is so much more that can come into us. And the abundant amount of vibration that comes into us satisfies that challenge and the conflict and the, rah of being alive. And I was like, really? Okay. I remember a few of those moments in my life. I got you. I'm on it. I'd like to experience it. And he wanted me today to sit down and tell the Luminaires that our focus for the rest of April, as we're doing this emotional elasticity, is to do your very best from coming at it from peace. So when you feel yourself spike up or spike down, whatever that means to you, when you feel yourself moving in different emotional extremes, take a deep breath and come at it from a peaceful stance. So a peaceful stance physically is when your heart rate is down and it's not triggered, when there's no fight or flight response. And please, if you're in danger, bring up your fight or flight response. We're not telling you to do those things to put yourself in danger. Please don't. When you are experiencing joy and things are going your way, instead of getting giddy and being like, oh, step back and come from peace. Peace doesn't mean calm. You can be loud and you can be big, or you can be small when you're peaceful. So think about the definition of peace. It's a harmony, it's a balance. And expressive, it can be big or little. That's not about playing small. I used to think peace was about playing small. Don't make any ripples, right? Get tiny. I love it. You guys are sharing some fun stuff. Hi, Dr. Brooke Higgins. Good morning. Hi, Sherry. Good morning from Houston, Texas. Hashtag we're all connected. Yes. Sing it. I love it. Vlad, good morning. Please tell B I said hi. What if the guy in Canada was the new Moses and I had a dream one night where God told him to murder those people in their land? I mean, if Israel can do it 3,500 years later, why not? Well, there you have it, Ricky. I'd say in dreams, I would translate the dream. And any main character in your dream is you. So if you were looking at one person as being the God, I would interpret the dream as you being God, because we are all God source energy, but you being the God. And then death, to me, is a rebirth. It's us letting go. Coronavirus, man, massive death rates, not just physically. I'm talking consciously. I'm talking logically. The death rate is huge and people are dropping into their hearts and attaching to higher consciousness here emotionally. So the numbers, of mass death and transition, I see it as a hope. Normally when I pull out my tarot deck, I'm always flipping the death card and the hung man. Siri boss, oh my God, what is this? This is so cool. Can you see this? I just got kisses from you. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Oh my goodness, please. That was so, I have no idea what you did. Maybe you could educate me. It is the cutest little icon. Beck, when you were a child or even now and bad things happen, small or big, did you get angry, upset at your guides for it? I have, yeah. Example, protecting or telling you something bad that was going to happen and advising you. Yeah, Beck, that still happens as an adult. I'll be told things and I'll look at them and I'll go, no, I'm not doing that. My deep, scout promise to my guides is I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you even if I don't resonate with it, even if I hate it, even if I'm uncomfortable. I know who you are. I'm going to listen to you. But my end promise to myself is I'm going to make choices for me, even if it's super shitty and it's awful, even if it puts myself in harm's way, because I know that if I'm making this ultimate wrong choice, which there is no wrong, but if I am so far off my mark, which by the way, there is no mark, you're your own conductor in your story. But if that were the case, that they would be louder to me. They would give me that message time and time again. And I tell them, if I'm listening to the first time and I'm pushing you off, tell me again, and I'll think about it. If it's so damn important, tell me 3 times the same way, and I will hold it in a different light. And I might make myself do it even though I don't want to do it, because I can understand that you guys are working feverishly to get me to wake up, as Charles says, which I say to you guys. My goal is I want to be like the little kindergartner teacher that goes, wake up, lovelies. Come on, Luminaires. You have a subtle light body and this mass consciousness thing, and we are more than what our luggage is. And do it in a very humorous and a very kind of basic level 1 way until you get it, and then throw you to the moon. So yeah, I have come across those moments. When they tell me 3 times, I do follow through. And yes, I have found that they were right. I have not had a moment yet, after listening 3 times and following through, that it was not a great path for me to take. Did it mean it was easy? No. There were things I've done that weren't easy, made me so uncomfortable, I can't even tell you. Like cringy. But then, these are just the coolest things. I don't even know what's happening. But then I don't know what or how. I don't even know what or how this is happening. Okay. That even though it was super cringy, the outcome, the birth of what came from it was exactly where, my deepest heart or my heads wanted to go. Jamie says, peaceful heart rate. Hi. I need to scroll down and figure out how you guys are doing this. Joseph, thank you so much. Andrea Maskins, hi. Look, I see your pictures and it's all like colorful and you've got these amazing icons. I hope somebody's laughing with us. Yes, somebody's laughing with us. They believe. Good morning. I just woke up. Hi, Christy. Okay, I'm going to push this button. I'm going to see what this is. Is this a button? It's Joseph. Wolfgram. Hi. I really hope you're doing well today. Sending you so much love and light, guys. This is our moment to shine. This is our moment to be big. This is our moment to bring our peace into the core of all our reactions. Colleen Italiano. You guys are blowing me away. That's how we can send you some money. But this is so cool. I don't get it. Shelly Ham, goal! Like, these are so cute. Thank you so much, everybody. I will promise I will sit down and I'll figure this out, and then I'll be more intelligent next time it happens. But if you guys are donating money, all of it is going to go into the survival of the Center for Love and Light, because that's exactly where it's needed, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you. Bex says, thank you so much. Love and Light people are paying, as this is a super chat. Oh, I've heard of super chats. Oh, I love buttons. Push it, push it, push it. Gee, I pushed it, but it didn't happen. It has these really cool, I get to see your face when you do donations, like Shell Uphouse. Thank you so much. They are little stickers and things that you can, wait. Now it doesn't scroll with me. Man, YouTube, you guys killing it. This is awesome. It's a super chat. I'm going to research that. Good morning, Lynn. Working on keeping it balanced. Jamie, there's little stickers and things you can buy here to support you. There's a little icon on the bottom. Naughty by nature applauding. Vlad, thank you so much. These are stickers? This is so incredible. Très beau. Très beau. Sophie? Siri? I can't say it. Hi, Dodo. Good morning or good evening. These people are sending you money to help you with Love and Light Center. Oh my, thank you very much, guys. I did not know this was a possibility, so this is pretty damn exciting. Okay, Kit says, look for the little money sign. I guess that's a square button. I've never seen that before. This is only my 3rd time going live on YouTube. It was kind of interesting. The whole membership part on the YouTube channel, apparently you have to have 30,000 members to do it. And I don't, but somehow I have the opportunity, and I got into some more research, and it seems like it's a rare thing. So if there's a Luminaire out there that works for, holy God, Anja Olson, thank you very much for your fruit basket, donating $20. That is incredible. Janet, thank you so much. I don't even know what's happening. So if there's a Luminaire out in the YouTube world that gave us permission to have a membership, I just want to thank you to wherever that began. And thank you to Grace and Maitland. It was really Grace who made me do the membership. She sat me down and said, this is it. And Grace was also the one who said it's time for the mentorship program. Colleen, Dr. Brooke, Joseph Wolfgram, we love the Center for Love and Light. I am so happy that you love the Center for Love and Light. Look for the little white box. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. You guys are totally overwhelming me. Talk to Mike. Thank you so much for keeping this alive. $99? Well, you can tell I have a hard time receiving, huh? That's incredible. What the world? You guys are so much fun. Okay. Do more of these. The world requires them. Wing Trek, agreed. So the whole, from the Philippines, oh my gosh. My stepmom grew up mostly in the Philippines. And that's where my step-grandfather was stationed. And my step-grandmother is Filipino. So I have a step-cousin who's part Philippine. He lives in Hawaii. Your splendid kisses from Paris, girl. Thank you. Paris has a special place. I lived there for 6 months. And I could speak, but now I can't. But this is our way of thanking you for being able to bring to bring slight during this time. I am so honored. Guys, honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't even know how to express what this is and how this is happening. I'm super grateful. Not all the amounts are US dollars. It's all world currencies. I saw that. Shell, thank you very much for the donation. Jessica, guys, my heart is so full right now. It's pretty, oh my God, you can send text. Naughty by nature. Please, I just love your name. Love you, Jamie. Thank you for showing up every day. Your love and energy is contagious. That's really all I want to be, is contagious in a good way. I want to give everybody permission to stay positive and be happy in moments of tragedy, in moments of sorrow and grief and hardship. Like, it's okay to smile and to talk about it and to shine bright. It doesn't lessen the pain and the suffering and the hardship that you're having. In fact, it'll help you with it. Paula, Lance, hi. Thank you so much for the love. You're getting paid, Gina says. Look cute at it, girl. I know. Sorry, I just don't know what to do. Oh my God, the healing. You are amazing. Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. It's just a small token to say thank you for your wonderful messages. And I love listening to you. And you truly turn my day around every time I listen to you. Guys, thank you. I know I need to pull it together, right? What part of me pull it together? I'm having an amazing out-of-body experience, receiving your energy, your love, and your attention. And now you're putting financial love and energy behind it. It's like a lot. It's incredible. Thank you guys for being here and being part of this community and seeing a need for it. Tammy, absolutely so much. This is such a small token. Thank you so much, so much. Good morning, Robert. Good to see you here. Hi, Beck. When my guides give me the higher truths on a situation, but the situation is humanly painful, sometimes that's super hard. You sharing that makes it a little bit easier. I don't know what it is out there. Naughty by nature. I love you too. I don't know what it is when we get out there into being emotionally strong, when we get into our psychic selves, and when we get into this kind of presence that we have to behave a certain way to show people that, oh, it's easy, and I just talk to all these dead people and I have the answers and I just skate through life and I don't have to worry about it. No. Human. I'm going to always be human. So are you. There's hardships, there's difficulties, there's same obstacles, but it's just the way that we're approaching them, like how Charles is saying. And I hope maybe some of you, since we've talked about Charles, can connect with him. And I really believe he is going to be someone who's getting us through this time. TN, thank you so very much for the donation of just pure love and support. Oh, this is right in the morning. Look at shiny face, my hair sticking up. But thank you for telling me I look okay today. Screen is going fuzzy. I have a lot of energy. It pays to be awesome sauce soul. Teresha, you are so amazing and your teachings come through with pure energy. Thank you guys. This is, my heart chakra is so big right now. Vlad, we love you. In fact, you're here in the morning to support us. It's priceless. Thank you. Caesar, 1980. Thank you so very much for the big unicorns loves. Shelly, you deserve all the help. Thank you. I enjoy putting my time and effort into you guys. You are the ones who are going to help the globe, the whole process here. We're it. Talk to Mike. You just don't know how my confidence increased when I started practicing dowsing. Talk to Mike is a swinger. I love that you wrote that. Good morning, Julie. Thank you so much, Shell. What in the world again? Upside down. Nicole Brunner, thank you so much for being a member to the channel. And welcome to Luminaires. That's what we're going to do. That's incredible. I don't even know how to read all of this. Okay. Thank you for your video, says Gold. Any tips for people who try, and still seem to fall in opening their third eye or doing anything spiritual? Yeah, I love that. Oh, I would love that. Some great ways, if you feel like you have failed again, the first thing to look at is, what was your expectation of it? And I would get pen to paper, not in a computer, but pen to paper, and write down, what were you expecting? Were you expecting to see spirit, see color, get a clear message? Was it audio? Was it visual? And write down all those expectations, because sometimes those loom over our head and they can kind of hold us down. And really, we're receiving the information, but because it doesn't look how we expect it, we turn it away. They go, a spot of blue? That's bullshit. That's not real. And push it away. Thank you, Caesar. So when you do that, you can then set aside the expectations and just go into the observer state. Okay, Gold, don't look for anything. Don't come in with a purpose, because sometimes even the purpose can manipulate how you're receiving your information. Because if you have a purpose, most likely in the undercurrent of that thought, you have an expectation of what the answer needs to be. So when we show up in the subtle light world, it's more about being a part of it rather than saying, I want to see this. And you have to validate and you have to jump through these hoops before you can get to me. If we want to have the experience, let's become the observer, set aside our expectations, first know what they are, set them aside, and then go in and say, what am I observing? And you can observe emotionally. You can observe logically. Like, do I feel something? Do I see something? Do I hear something? Is it a squeak? Is it a pop? Is it color behind my eyelids? And what color is that? Okay, what shape is that? What does that color mean to me? What does that shape mean to me? And then just start writing it down. Don't try to find any answers. Not at the beginning, please. Not at the beginning. And then go back later and look at how you documented, pen to paper, please. What color, what shape, what experience did you have? And then you'll start to see from the third perspective, because you've written it all down. Now you get to look at it from an outside source, what it was all putting together. And at first, from your third perspective observer, you might feel a bit like a sleuth. Like, what could that possibly mean? And I have to ask a shitload of questions, excuse my language. Goodness, a lot of questions to figure out what it really is. But that's okay, because you're not in it and you're observing it, and you can have that intellectual conversation. But when you're in it, in the meditation, when you're in the calm, and if your body has a hard time meditating, do active meditation. Go for a walk, get on a chi machine. I brought my chi machine home. Have you seen these things? Let me show you. I'm in my pajamas. She wears plaid, y'all. This is a chi machine. So it sits down on the floor, and you put your ankles in it, and then it vibrates back and forth, and it wiggles the spine. It vibrates all the muscles in the body, all the joints, all the chakra centers, the energetic body. And mine has a dial on it. You want one with a dial so that you can make it go fast or slow. So if you have a hard time meditating, a trick like this can overstimulate the body. And then after 15 minutes, when the program shuts off, your body goes, and it like really gasps. It's really restful. And then you can go into your deep meditation that you're trying to. Just set your expectations aside, Cole. That's the biggest bit. Good morning. Guys, during this incredible chat, I have my first troll too. This is so wild. Okay. Beck, I've learned not to judge based on looks. Even the bad has some light. Yes, just as the good has some dark in it. Wing Trot, I love that comment. You're right. Couldn't say it better. I don't need to say any more on it. You got it. Sorry, there is a dirty old man. I have to report him. No, please, thank you so much for helping. I don't know how to do that. I saw that. He's gone. This is so wild. You can report? Will you teach me how to report too? Is that what the 3 dots are? I got it. That's fantastic. Okay. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. This is like really the first true YouTube live stream where we've stayed on this long and just chatted. So it's very different than Facebook. I've never had one of those commenters. Can you smell souls? Yes, you can. I'll go back and do some of those. You can. It's a clair olfactory, and you can smell their vibrational essence, just like there are some people who can see sound, and sound is vibrational patterning. Souls have vibrational patterning, so you'd be able to smell that vibration. I'm dowsing and getting good at it. Does Maitland have a message for me? Says Tammy. Yes. I'm so happy that you're dowsing. Maitland says, call her forward so that the two of you can communicate and do the yeses and nos. And then she wants to introduce you more to your spirit guides. Wait. Don't scroll away. When I tried opening up, the world got so loud, strange sounds everywhere, body vibrations 24/7 for months, shook me up quite a bit. Took 2 years to understand what was going on. Wow. Anja, thank you for hanging in there for the 2 years. I mean, this is sometimes where people choose to exit, when you become so sensitive and you can feel and connect to everything and all that is, and then not know how to manage it. So I'm proud of you, and I'm grateful that you're still here. And it is a loud place. There's so much happening, even in the 98% of the space around us that we consider empty. It's gray matter, means other dimensional planes which merge with us that we don't engage with. They're full of vibrations. And then we got to consider the magnetic field, the electromagnetic fields. There's everything is so much alive. But the more sensitive we become, and hopefully a little bit more slower, you can gain more control over setting those boundaries. Hi. I have a feeling you held something back. I was coming off medication and working hard at it, says Tammy. Yes. Anja says it's still going, but now I know what it is, so it's not so bad anymore. Knowing does help. Dowsing is safe. Wing check. Yeah, dowsing is safe. Always set your intention before you're engaging with any kind of energy. Your instrument, who you are, you need to be very, very clear in what you're going for. Very clear with who you're talking to. Very clear, and when I mean very clear, I mean very neutral. Not on one side or the other. Just straight down the middle, neutral energy, to where you can receive all the information without having that reaction. That's the peaceful spot. I'm getting it now. Thank you, Charles. I would love to see you do more videos about critoids. I became aware of the hidden history of Tartaria and how great the Wall of China was. The Great Wall of China was Tartarian. Have you heard of Tartaria? I have not. Gold? I haven't. That's something that I need to look into. Jamie, does Charles think I need to calm down and not be so giddy? I heard no. You can be giddy. Oh, goodness. Just thank you for keep reporting. Everything. Okay, so my morning is coming to a head. I need to get my daughter on the computer for virtual school today. It is Monday here in Atlanta, Georgia. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for listening to the kind of story unfolding, especially with Charles, talking about how to come from a place of peace with whatever emotional reaction you're coming with. This is the symbol for the emotional elasticity. April has highs and lows, goods, bads, ups, downs, however you want to view it, but extremes, emotional extremes. And this is to build our emotional intelligence and to be able to come at it from a peaceful standpoint. Please define what peaceful is for you. That when we get into May, when we recognize how high our vibrations have climbed, when we recognize that it's easier for us to connect to consciousness and field of consciousness, which is mass consciousness that we've been talking about this whole time, the whole Darwin's theory of the 100th monkey. If you don't know that one, please fingers to the keyboard and have a little research fun today with it. And I will be seeing you guys on Wednesday. I'll come in for a little live chat. Hello. Hopefully this time my connection to the Facebook page will also work. And so we'll do a dual live stream to kind of minimize how much time I'm on the screen. Then let's see, Wednesday, I think, is also our Trance Channel Q&A with our Luma Centered membership team. Then is it Thursday? We have Reiki on Learn It Live, Reiki Level 1. If you wanted to learn that, head on over. Then I'm also going to be on Friday, 3 classes, the root chakra, orange chakra, sacral, and the yellow solar plexus. We're going to have 3 classes. They're $10 classes. You can hop on, and we're going to do 3 30-minute classes in a row with 30 minutes in between. And I like to hang on before and after and kind of see where you are and answer questions. And we're going to talk a lot about energy recipes there. Thank you so much, Nicole. It's so good to see you here. Thank you, Talk to Mike. Thank you, Shelly Ham. Thank you for everybody who figured out what that button was and educating me on that. That is the super chat, and that happens. And that was so incredible. And Andrea, you're so welcome. Thank you. So cute to see the ghosts up there. Bye, Shelly Ham. Rainbows of love and light to you guys. Remember, thank you, Shell Up House. Thank you. Oh, it's not woo-woo. It's true. And thank you again to those Luminaires out there who are helping me groom the chat thread. Take care. Bye, guys.